Hey, welcome back to Bandwagon fans. This is Jeff, and tonight I'll be reviewing the latest Blumhouse horror comedy, Freaky. Freaky is written and directed by Christopher Landon, with a writing assist from Michael Kennedy. It stars Vince Vaughn and Catherine Newton, with supporting roles by Uriah Shelton, Misha Osherovich, and Celeste O'Connor. The movie opens with Vaughn as the serial killer known as the Butcher, slaughtering 4 teens in a mansion wherein he discovers a mystical knife. After introductory scenes for social pariah but still stunning good girl Millie, played by Newton, and her friends, the Butcher catches Millie alone after the homecoming game and attempts to kill her with the mystery knife. They are then transported to the top of some sort of Mayan pyramid, and the next morning both wake up to find that their consciousnesses have been transferred to the other's body. Millie, now in the Butcher's body, must convince her friends who she really is while evading the police and tracking down the Butcher, who's now in her body. All this has to be done before midnight, or the switch will become permanent. Now, looking at the scores of this movie, I'm thinking everyone has lost their damn minds. This movie has a 7 out of 10 on IMDb, 85% on Rotten Tomatoes, and 64% on Metacritic. I don't know what movie they saw, but the one I had to sit through sucked. Landon directed the 2 Happy Death Day movies, and I thought those were some of the best in the teen horror comedy genre. I've always been a fan of Vince Vaughn, and if I had ever pursued acting, he would have been my role model. And Catherine Newton was great in Blockers. Put all this great talent together, and you get a movie that failed on everything it was trying to do. It was never scary enough to be a true horror, never really funny as a comedy. Its attempts at heartfelt drama, with the backstory of Millie's mother being an alcoholic and her father having died a year ago, was out of place and never resulted in any empathy for the characters. Its attempts at social commentary involving gender and sexual fluidity were hackneyed. Freaky just never found its footing. A lot of people have commended Vaughn's performance, and while it was clear he was having fun, the writing was too superficial to be taken seriously and never committed to the zaniness of the premise, like Blockers did, to get any real laughs out of me. There was one moment that I actually laughed, and that was a look Newton shot her flamboyantly gay friend when he had to pretend he was coming out of the closet as straight. That was a solid, humorous moment, but ultimately showed how much this talent was wasted. I think that setting the film in high school was a huge mistake that hampered what they could do with the physical comedy. If the characters had been aged a couple years, say college freshmen or sophomores, the film could have committed to the physical comedy. There is a bit where Millie, in Vince's body, discovered she could make flapping sounds with her pecker. We only hear it because everyone else in the room was portraying a minor. Age them up a couple years, and Vaughn's pecker could have been milked for over-the-top visual comedy. Overall, this movie was a disappointment, and even with nothing else coming out this week, was a waste of money. 3 out of 10. This was worse than Truth or Dare or even Fantasy Island. Skip it. So if you like what you see and want to see more, please hit those like and subscribe buttons. You can follow me on Twitter at BBWFans and at Bandwagon Fans on Facebook, Patreon, and of course right here on YouTube. You can also join me, Jason, and friends every Friday night as we live stream TV reviews, wrestling talk, and game night. Thanks for watching, and get on the bandwagon.